And welcome back, everyone. We are joined now by naturalist Dan Hodges of the Johnny Appleseed Metro Parks District. And you have got a lot of things here today, and you are swarming with information.
It is all about the bees. I'm a big bird fan, but bees today. These bees, you know, 95% of the work that's happening in a sort of pollinating, you know, we know that bees are pollinators, right, in our flowers, producing those fruits and vegetables and seeds for all the rest of the plants. It's being done by these solitary bees. So we can talk about honeybees another time. That's an agricultural product. We'll talk about the native solitary bees that live here in Ohio. These are bees that don't form hives, that don't colony together. These are bees that are working on their own to lay their own eggs and grow their own babies. And there's hundreds of species here in Ohio. We've got a little guide here from ODNR. This little guide's got just a sampling of some of the bees. You can find this online or call the Division of Wildlife to get that shipped to you. But these bees are so fascinating. Many of them are nesting inside of cavities. So some of them are building their own nest. Some of them aren't nesting in cavities at all, but there's a way that you can bring these bees to you. A lot of these mason bees, leafcutter bees, and others, that you can put nest boxes up in your yard and have these bees come right to you. So I got a couple of images here. This is just a sampling. Well, right here is a nest box that we built at the Park District. Had some volunteers come and help us build that. A really cool space. Different size holes for different types of bees, and lots of bees obviously can put their nests in there. Now, they might come to the same place, but that doesn't mean they're in a colony. These bees, by the way, are really gentle animals. So instead of being, you know, protecting a hive like, you know, honeybees or even bumblebees sometimes will, these are solitary bees. So they're not really worried. They're trying to mind their own business. And if they spend their time and energy stinging something else, that means their babies don't get to survive. And so it's a single mom doing the best she can for her babies. And so these bees generally very gentle, don't have the same sting. They can sting some of them, but we're not talking about animals that are going to sting you. Here's a sampling of a few of these different types. Some of them this brilliant green, the green with the black and white or black and yellow stripes. Some of them are really fuzzy. The sweat bees at the top there. Really just gorgeous animals, and you can see they're nesting in these tubes. Here's what they're doing, by the way. They're laying an egg. So here's this vertical tube, and this is a series of them. They're laying an egg back here with a little bit of pollen, kind of like, it's called bee bread, the female's stuffing pollen back there. That hatches into this little larva, and you can see the larva growing throughout this series of images. That's a baby bee right there, and it's about ready to spin a little cocoon around itself, and at the end of the season will push its way out. So you can do this at home. I've got tubes here, these little cardboard tubes in a tin can. How easy is that? I've got 4x4, actually there's 4x6, drilled with holes here, a couple different sizes. We've obviously gone a little bit, maybe overboard in the larger one here. This is something you can do at home. One of the great ways to do it is to leave some of your plants. So a lot of these plants in your gardens have these hollow stems, and that's where the bees are going to be nesting. So a great thing to have. I even brought one too. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Let me see if I can open that up.
I really don't need to be stung this morning. All right. Well, everything you would ever want to know about bees, and you can mind your own beeswax on that as well. That's a look at this morning's nature segment. We're back with more right after this.